Konnichiwa, and welcome to Tsuki no Ame, where we try Japanese snacks and treats. It is officially time to go over what, at least I think personally, are the best and worst snacks of August 2024. And I'll be honest, this month got a little interesting. We had an unusual challenge, one I really like and hope is super common in future, which is we had a ton of really good stuff. So trying to decide what was going to be the best and the worst for the month, just it got entertaining. So we'll start with, of course, our best snacks, or at least what I think personally were my favorites for each of the four boxes. So starting with Sakura Co, I some of these I know the minute I try them that this is most likely the best, and that was the case with this one. So this is the Kokoto Castella cakes. They were these mini Castella cakes that were covered in Kokoto or Okinawan black sugar. Just so good. The flavor of the sugar really came through. It had a really nice earthy kind of caramely flavor to it. So good. They were super soft. They were amazing. I loved them, and I just kind of knew right away that these were most likely the best, even with, I do just have to special mention, Sakurako also sends a piece of wagashi, the Hozui sweet fish, which was amazing, but just the nature of wagashi means when you take a bite, it's kind of destroyed, which is honestly part of the whole ideology behind wagashi, which is kind of cool. And the fact that they sent us a piece of wagashi, I had to give credit for doing that. So moving on for Japan candy box. This is the Shinchan Chocobi cream soda corn snack. Super weird, super funky, but also just really tasty. Part of it is I do just genuinely like things like cream soda personally, but then also just the sweet corn snacks that we've gotten. I don't know. I've really enjoyed them. They're super fun. They're really kind of different, and I love them, and I thought those were really good. So moving on to Baksu, there were several contenders. Finally, just decided to go with this is the Shikwasa Sand Cookie. So that was the sandwich cookie. We've gotten a lot of those, and usually, they're all right, but I kind of wish that they had a bit more filling. And one thing that I didn't anticipate with this one is they added in cornflakes, which I thought was super weird until I actually tried it, because there was double, if not triple, the amount of filling in the sandwich cookie. There was just so much more filling. And then the texture of the cornflakes, it just added having that crunch. They were so good. That was one of those moments where I finished airing, and as the video was loading, I literally finished the cookie. It did not survive to editing at all, and it was so good. So good. So for Tokyo Treats, the mannequin waffle cookies and cream, it was so soft, so moist. It was the perfect texture. I am a fan of cookies and cream. So good. Really delicious. Honestly, I would love to get snack boxes if you're listening. I would love to get more things like these in different flavors. Genuinely would love. There are so many things that you sent us where I really enjoy them, and then there's some where I think they're okay, but I wish it was a different flavor. Please send me them. Different flavors. Send me all the things to try. I genuinely enjoy trying these things, and so good. Highly recommend. As I said, it was really hard picking. There were so many things. It was so hard to pick. We had a really great month. August was a fabulous month for subscription boxes, at least for me personally. I had a blast. So, moving on to our worst for the month, which we get the other side of the problem that we had for best, which is it was genuinely hard to decide what was worst because really, last month when I was filming, I just kind of immediately knew if something was going to be one of the worst. I just knew which ones were going to be the worst, and I can even tell you which was the fourth place. This month we had the opposite problem. We had one item where I knew as soon as I tried it that it was the worst. And I'm sure it's going to come as no surprise if you watch the videos. Only the one. The other two I knew were kind of contenders, but I mean, could have very easily been bumped out of the running. So, it's quite possible that what I've got as my worst, to round out and get the full three might be your favorite. These are personally the ones that I really didn't like. And really, I could see why somebody might appreciate the third and second, even if I don't understand how anyone could like the worst one. I don't. So this is definitely a problem, though it is a great problem to have. I am really glad to have this problem this month. Really, really hope that this is one that I continue to have, just because it means we're getting so many good treats. All right, so for number 3 from Tokyo Treat, these super sour vinegar chips. They were extremely sour. I literally dumped out the bag and I can smell the sour. Usually with vinegar chips, at least in the area I'm from, they're salt and vinegar. I feel like there's also usually different types of vinegar, and you get flavor from the specific type that you use, right? Like there's a reason why recipes will call for white vinegar or apple cider vinegar or rice vinegar. And yes, these are legitimately vinegars that I have used in my house. Not so much the white vinegar, more the apple cider or rice. So I feel like not having the salt component and being just straight vinegar, for me at least, it doesn't work. I know that there are other places that do just straight vinegar. I've never been a fan. I've had the vinegar and salt chips. I don't like those either. I like vinegar as an ingredient in other things, not as my flavor for my potato chips, unfortunately. So moving on, our second, oh my gosh, the order in the box got shifted. This is the 7 spice and mayo Corinto, and it does not work for me on so many levels. For one thing, the entire nature of Corinto, at least for me, the ones that we've gotten, they're kind of sweet. We've usually gotten sweet ones. This is one of the only times where we've gotten a savory. I think this is the second. I think we got a vegetable mix one that also kind of didn't work for me. I don't know. It just does not. The other thing too is I'll sometimes use some of these spicy snacks to kind of clear my sinuses out before I film, and there is a weird tang from the mayo that just doesn't work, and the spice mix is just, it burns. This will clear out your sinuses really good. I do not care for it in any way, shape, or form. If you're somebody who likes sweet and spicy, you might love it, but for me personally, just did not work. Very, very happy to see that one go. And I'm sure this comes as absolutely no surprise. the worst snack for August 2024 is the Miyako Island shrimp senbei from Baksu. We have gotten a number of snacks that are fish or seafood flavor, and they have very rarely worked for me personally. I like fish and seafood, I really do, but I like having them, freshly cooked. I don't tend to do a lot of reheated, and these snacks, I've heard people not liking kind of the fishy stank, but I never understood until we started getting a lot of these and I started tasting it. It's been very interesting because I have loved shrimp since I was a small child, and yeah, I just can't. I feel bad about it, but at the same time, for me, they do not work. So there you have it, my personal opinion on the best and worst for August 2024. If you have a different opinion, by all means, please let me know down in the comments. What did you think was the best? What did you think was the worst? What was the thing you would love to try? What is something you would love to see come through? Hopefully, maybe if we're lucky, one of these subscription boxes will start checking out the videos and trolling the comments. Maybe we could get some more. Just because, please send me more dorayaki. Um, these are ways to experience another culture, and we want it to be positive. uh, and delicious, because these are snacks and it's amazing and I love it. And again, I am just so thrilled that, really, honestly, of the three that I put as the worst, the only one that I really just kind of knew was the worst was that shrimp senbei. I genuinely could see how somebody might like the other two. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like my shirt, the link for that, as always, is down in the description below. And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Jane.